No one wants a clean term, right? Or an unscrolled Hyperion. You gotta hypermax your strongest weapons to unlock their full potential. But hypermaxing items 4 years ago looked very different to what it does now. Today, we're looking at the incredible evolution of hypermaxing items, from its birth to the 12 million coin recombobulators we see today. When we talk about hypermaxation, a very real word by the way, we just gotta talk about enchantments. Enchantments boost damage so much, but they haven't always been as easy to obtain. Back in 2019, the OP enchanting table Hypixel Skyblock currently has didn't even exist. Back in the early days of Skyblock, the enchanting table the admins created was very similar to the one in vanilla, with the exception of custom enchants like critical and growth, and the fact that max enchants costed upwards of 50 levels per. Also, anvil uses were a thing and were literal hell. And then it all changed with the 0.5 update, adding Sirius's Shack and the Dark Auction, a place where you could spend millions of coins and buy elite tier 6 enchants, like Growth 6, Sharpness 6, etc. These tier 6 enchants dominated the meta, with the wealthiest players putting them on their pigment swords and 50mm Midases. That was until the 0.10 update, when both the Darker Auction, which added 3 more rounds to the Dark Auction if Sirius was mayor, sometimes selling tier 7 enchants, as well as the new Enchanting 60 update, giving you the OP enchanting table we have now, as well as the ability to get tier 7 enchantments for free using the experimentation table minigame, if you were lucky enough. But you can't forget about ultimate enchants, added with the Dungeons update. These give extra buffs to your items, like more damage based on the more mobs that are around you, or decreased mana costs on utility items like the AoTE. But be careful, because you can only apply one ultimate enchant on an item. But before I move on to the next item, here's a quick reminder to subscribe. I'm still trying to get 1k subs by the end of April and I only have a week and a half left. Anyway, the other type of book we gotta talk about is the applicable books like Hot Potato, Fumings, and more. To begin with, the Hot Potato books have been in the game since 0.6 at the cost of 25.6 thousand potatoes, which would give you 2 strength and 2 base damage, repeatable 10 times. This definitely didn't spark a war leading to the most viewed Skyblock video of all time, Technoblade's Potato War. May he rest in peace. Fuming Hot Potato books were later released with the 0.8 Dungeons update, allowing an extra 10 strength and damage, if one was to apply 5 of them on their item, but it wasn't cheap. Also, if applied on armor, Hot Potato books and Fumings would give 2 health and 1 defense per. That's not it, because we also have to talk about the Art of War. No, not that Art of War. The item obtained during Technoblade's Revolution events. An item when applied to weapons grants 5 strength, but at the cost of 12 mil. Also, the Art of Peace, which is obtained via the Shan's auction for a hefty price, which gives something around 30 health, I'm not sure. Next we have Reforging, which has been in the game since the start, but reworked so many times. It's insane. In the 0.7.11 update, Reforging changed completely, adding new Reforges, removing some old ones, and adding Reforged Stones, which were directly applied onto weapons for a small fee dependent on the stone, most of which were stronger than a normal Reforge like Spicy or Sharp. For the purpose of the video, we're only talking about 4 Reforges: Heroic, which has been in the game for a long time and is used for mana, Withered, which was added in 0.9.13 with a Floor 7 release, Fabled was added in 0.7.11 dropped by dragons, and lastly Suspicious was added in the 0.8 update with the release of Dungeons and Floor 3. However, you can power up these Reforges by recombobulating an item, increasing the rarity by 1, which can be done through the Recombobulate 3000, an item found in every dungeon floor in obsidian or bedrock chests. However, the Recombobulator has seen quite a lot of inflation recently, likely due to less people running dungeons and more people needing more recoms for max and garden setups, as they might end up hitting 15 mil with the new Rift update coming soon. But if we're talking about hypermaxing, we gotta talk about the Hex, an essential tool to find everything you possibly need to hypermax an item, able to buy essence, experience, enchanted books, and gemstones straight from the bazaar at the cost of your purse. Starring and Dungeonizing is essential to maxing an item, giving a 2% stat boost per star outside dungeons, and 10% inside. And Master Stars give an additional 5% on top of that, but only in Master Mode dungeons. But be careful, because not all items are dungeonizable, and some have a Catacombs requirement that you may not already meet. The last way to hypermax an item is through gemstones. Added in the 0.12 Crystal Hollows update, gemstones can be put on some items and give small stat boost bonuses, based on the rarity and type of gemstone applied. For example, a perfect Jasper gemstone will give 13 strength on a legendary weapon, whilst a flawed ruby gemstone will give 4 health on an uncommon item. However, applying these gemstones aren't as easy as one may think, as most items' gemstone slots will be locked, requiring more gemstones and coins to unlock. Anyway, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do have a Discord server now, so the link is in the description if you want to join it, but if you don't, that's okay. Thanks!